happening there? Well, good afternoon, everybody. What's happening? Sorry, played a video wrong there. What's happening, everybody? This Thursday, September 12th, 2024. My name is Kevin Smith. Thank you all so much for tuning into Loud Majority Live. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. Breaking news at this hour. Breaking news at this hour as the Adams administration in New York suffers yet another setback. We're going to get into all of that. Also, big news breaking last night. For my New Yorkers out there, New Yorkers in the chat, let me hear you. The big guy, Donald Trump, the once and future president, coming to Long Island next week. Oh, yeah. I'm super excited. We're going to go over all the details, everything you guys need to know later in the show. We're going to go over that later in the show. Let it populate a little bit. Probably be going over all those details at about 1:20, 1:25. What's up, Marissa? How's it going? I see you in there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's pop this live chat up onto the screen. I'm super excited about this. Donald Trump coming to Long Island for the first time since 2016. Jacked up. Let's go. Giddy up. It's going to be a good time. We're going to fill the Nassau Coliseum. Also, we're going to be talking about celebrities today. And normally, Pat Capola, shout out. What's up, baby? How you doing? We're going to be talking about celebrities today. Cheryl, how are you? Now, why are we going to talk about celebrities today? We're going to talk about celebrities because something is happening. Something is happening with the culture. And it is not something we've seen before. Obviously, this comes on the heels of the big Taylor Swift endorsement. However, Patrick Bet-David of Valuetainment says that this might be a little bit more overblown than people might think, but some other stuff is happening. Before we get started today, guys, do hit that thumbs up button, hit the like button, hit the retweet button, put it out there, giddy up, let's go, I'm jacked up. Let's dive right in to the breaking news of the hour. New York City Police Commissioner set to resign after the FBI searches his home. I have to assume, for my Twitter audience out there, for the people who know him, for the regular viewers of LFA TV, you know as good as anybody that right now Sal Greco is at the bottom of a champagne bottle celebrating the fall of Eddie Caban. Eddie Caban, a New York City Police Commissioner who is so bad that I made a comment to the Police Commissioner of Chicago how bad Eddie Caban was, and he audibly laughed out loud. Shout out to the Chicago Police Commissioner. Hell of a guy. Can't remember your name. I met you at the protests. Good guy out there. I made a comment about Eddie Caban and how much he absolutely positively sucks. And the mayor and the police commissioner of Chicago laughed. Breaking at this hour, New York City Police Commissioner Eddie Caban announced he would resign on Thursday after a probe into people around the New York City Mayor Eric Adams' office to have their homes searched by the FBI. Caban made the choice to resign after news around recent developments had, quote, created a distraction for the department. An internal email obtained by the New York Post stated, quote, I am unwilling to let my attention be on anything other than important work, the safety of the men and women of the NYPD. I hold immense respect and gratitude for the brave officers who serve this department, and the police deserve someone who can solely focus on protecting the city of New York, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Of course, this comes right after the FBI seized the phone of Eddie Caban. During a search at his residence last week, several other searches of officials close to Adams happened, according to the New York Post. Caban is expected to submit his letter of resignation on Thursday to be effective on Friday. Ahead of his statement, there were ramblings that Eddie Caban would be resigning from his position. So, Eddie Caban, I want to thank you. I want to bid you a fond farewell. You have assisted in the destruction of this city through corruption. I guess now you can spend more time at what the hell's that restaurant called? La Cosa Frito? What is the one Sal Greco's always talking about? La Rica Rocco? What the hell's the name of it? That's not really the point. That is not really the point. But the New York City Police Commissioner set to resign as the corruption at the top levels of New York City and New York State government continue to come out every single day. Obviously, we talked about it the other day. Kathy Hochul, her deputy chief of staff, is a spy for the Chinese. That's kind of odd. Also, at top levels of the Adams administration in New York City are 4 relatives of the same family. Kind of odd. Also, Eddie Caban, I'm pretty sure he was never even a cop. I'm not really sure why they would even be in that position. More breaking news at this hour. Coming out about the debate. And look, I feel it is important to let you guys know when my opinions are contradicted. I obviously don't think I'm the smartest person in the world, just the smartest person in the room I'm currently in. I'm in a room by myself. Now, I said it didn't go very well for Donald Trump yesterday. That's what I said. A lot of you gave me crap in the chat about it. Such is life. But things are starting to drip out from the debate. One person in particular coming after Kamala Harris would be CNN's Jake Tapper, who had some choice words for her about her debate performance.
Vice President Harris began the debate by punting the first question on the economy.
Do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America.
It went on from there. Despite the economy being the #1 issue facing the country, the sitting vice president generally reverted to talking points about a few of her policy proposals. Even Harris allies today are saying that she needs to talk more about what she will do for Americans if elected. Senator Bernie Sanders will be here in a second to talk about more about the need for her to fill in some of those blanks. On the border, another vulnerable issue for Harris, she also dodged.
Would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings.
Okay, that wasn't the question. When asked how she would break through the Israel-Hamas war stalemate, Harris said this.
We need a ceasefire deal, and we need the hostages out. And so we will continue to work around the clock on that.
Okay, but again, how?
Wow, Jake Tapper coming in hot. On Kamala Harris. I said this a couple of weeks ago. The media is going to start to become annoyed with Kamala Harris. Her lack of, I wouldn't say transparency, her lack of availability to the media. Because guess what, Kamala Harris? Here's what you need to understand about the mainstream media. If you don't give them, and this is what Donald Trump did so well, this is what Donald Trump does so well, is that he gives the media something to talk about. Because if you don't give the media something to talk about, they will just make shit up. They'll make it up on their own. And that's what you're seeing Jake Tapper doing right here. Kamala Harris could have stopped that Jake Tapper from happening if she had sat down with an interview for him. Then he would have talked about the interview. And that's how you quell the mainstream media. You do not back up. You attack. You go on the offensive. But Kamala Harris doesn't have that ability in her because she can't sit down for an interview. So you allow the media to talk about what they want to talk about, unless you're giving them something active to talk about. That's just the reality on the ground. That's just the way people work. I can't tell you how many days I'm sitting here building this show out every morning, and there's nothing happening in the world, and I'm just like, all right, well, let's talk about something. Nothing interesting's happening, so let's talk. Mainstream media is no different. The only difference is Jake Tapper has to fill 40 minutes, I have to fill 60. Different jobs, different pay scales. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, share the video out all over the place. In about 10 minutes, we are going to go over all of the Trump rally, Long Island stuff you need to know, things you need to be aware of, just so you guys have. We're going to be talking about this probably every day until the rally. I'm super excited about it. Before we keep going, guys, try Armor Colostra.
The biggest benefit, honestly, has been with my skin. Skin was more hydrated, more radiant.
This is the best superfood that you could take.
It has all the essential nutrients you need for your skin, your gut, energy, focus, mood, performance.
My hair has gotten so much thicker ever since taking this.
I used to have a probiotic, a green juice that replaced it all with this Armor Colostra. It is amazing.
You gotta take it.
If you want to try it, try armor.com.
With over thousands of 5-star reviews, guys, Armor Colostrum is absolutely the superfood formula. You need to start feeling better today. So go to tryarmor.com/LFATV to get 15% off and free shipping. That's tryarmor.com/LFATV for 15% off and free shipping. Let's get that live chat up. Cheryl, what's happening? Diana, how are you? Joanna, how are you? Regina, as always. Dawn Marie, how we doing? How are we doing? Pat Cipolla, I want to welcome everybody in here. Once again, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share the video out all over the place. We are rocking. We are rolling. Who's excited for our big Trump caravan this Saturday? Giddy up, let's go. Expecting a couple of thousand people to be there. I'm jacked. Let's go. How are we doing? Hey, what's up to the McGroin crew? Shout out to everybody in there. Alex Ann, how are you? Nancy Joy, what's happening? Callie, as always, rocking and rolling. So, as I said, yesterday I spent basically the entire show talking about how I didn't believe that the Trump debate went as well as some people wanted to say. I still think it could have gone better. It should have been better. With that being said, there is an interesting way to track live action polling that people do. And this is something that I find incredibly fascinating when they do this. Basically what they do is they sit Democrats, independents, and Republicans down in a room and they give them a button. They give them I think it's 2 buttons. Every time they like something, they hit the like button. Every time they don't like it, they hit the other button. And they track on a graph where the likes go up and where the likes go down to see how people are ebbing and flowing along with the debate. Very interesting. When it came to the economy, inflation, illegal immigration, and energy, independents in this were largely on the side of Republicans in every one of these categories. We're going to show you this chart in a second. We got this from Ryan Saavedra over at, I think Ryan's at the Daily Wire, senior reporter over at the Daily Wire. This came out of Rasmussen saying pollsters who are wrong this cycle will be wrong because of independents. The biggest story of the Biden administration was the awakening of independents. In polls with Donald Trump winning, they side with Trump. In left-leaning polls, they do not. What does this mean? Well, I want you to check out this vote tracker because this is something I find incredibly interesting. You're going to see 3 lines going on a screen. Republicans in red, Democrats in blue, and independents in yellow. Now, when I show you this, you're going to see the yellow tracker, which are independents who are going to decide this election. The independents side with Republicans every single time.
So, Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people. I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economists in our country, if not...
So if you look at this chart right now, you see the blue line going up, which means Democrats in this survey like what is being said because it's going up. Republicans in the red and independents in the yellow are continuously tracking down because they do not like what Kamala Harris is saying. We're going to keep this going so you can see how this works.
Not the world have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession.
It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences. like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country, because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else. The people of our country are absolutely dying with what they've done. They've destroyed the economy.
So my values have not changed, and I'm going to discuss at least every point that you've made. But in particular, let's talk about fracking, because we're here in Pennsylvania. I made that very clear in 2020. I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President of the United States. And in fact, I was the tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which opened new leases for fracking. My position is that we have got to invest in diverse sources of energy so we reduce our reliance on foreign oil.
Defund the police. She's been against that forever. She gave all that stuff up very wrongly, very horribly, and everybody's laughing at it, okay? They're all laughing at it. She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15 different policies. Like, she was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out, wait a minute, I'm talking now, if you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar? She went out in Minnesota and wanted to let criminals that killed people, that burned down Minneapolis, she went out and raised money to get them out of jail. She did things that nobody would ever think of. Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison. This is a radical left liberal that would do this. She wants to confiscate your guns, and she will never allow fracking in Pennsylvania. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one.
So again, you saw
criminals off the street, and they've given them to her to put into our country. And this will be one of the greatest mistakes in history for them to allow. And I think they probably did it because they think they're going to get votes, but it's not worth it, because they're destroying the fabric of our country by what they've done. There's never been anything done like this at all. They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in, and all over the world, crime is down all over the world except here. Crime here is up and through the roof. Despite their fraudulent statements that they made, crime in this country is through the roof. And we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime, and it's happening at levels that nobody thought possible. Been a leader on fertilization, IVF. And the other thing, you should ask, will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't you ask her that question?
Why don't you answer the question? Would you
because
veto?
under Roe v. Wade,
you
could do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th month, and probably after birth. So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it, and you won't do it because you believe in things that the American people don't believe in.
Okay. I mean, look, that you guys saw that in real time. That isn't like margin of error polls and let's poll extra from California and let's take extra from New York to pad the stats. That's not how you feel about a particular issue. That is in the moment what people are thinking, and they usually, I'm pretty sure they get like a fair amount of people in each one of these. Frank Luntz made this sort of polling famous. That's where he made his name. In addition to other things. But this is real-time tracking of how people felt about the debate. And I said it before. I didn't think it went very well. But it seems as though I was wrong. It seems as though, well, watch this, Mike Crispy. I was wrong. And I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. Wild. If that is the tracking of those particular issues, what was it? Abortion, energy, crime, the economy. And then the closing statement. The closing statement, which I said yesterday was the best part of the entire thing in the first place. If that is the way this election is going to track, I mean, it's looking pretty good for us. It's looking pretty good for us. Guys, in just a minute, we are going to get to all of the details about the big Donald Trump rally at Nassau Coliseum. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Nancy, how are you? Aaron, how are you? Custom, what's happening? Baez, Sharon, what's happening? Smithtown Today, who the hell is that? Mike Carrigan, hello. Jay Olivo, shout out in the chat. What's going on, guys? Guys, before we keep on rocking and rolling here, head on over to loudmajorityusa.com. That's loudmajorityusa.com. Sign up for our newsletter. Check out the shop. That is the best way to support this show and everything we've got going on. If you guys pick up your stuff now, anything on the website, it will be there in time for the rally, but you got to pick it up today. You got to get it today to guarantee it gets to you on time. Also, once again, Saturday, our big Trump caravan, 3126 Jericho Turnpike in East Northport, 12 noon, flags up, and we're headed out at 2, baby. Make sure you guys keep it locked in there. Once again, guys, share this video out. Hit the like button, retweet it, repost it, retruth it. Do whatever the hell you got to do. Let's make this bad boy big. Guys, loudmajorityusa.com. That's the best way to support this show. We've got so much new stuff over there for your dogs, for your pets, for your kids. Giddy up. Let's go. Boom. So, big news yesterday, baby. We got a big local crowd watching right now. Donald Trump, the big guy, the once and future president, on his way to Long Island at the Nassau Coliseum next Wednesday. I really can't wait for it. I can't wait for it for like a couple of reasons. Number one, I can't wait for it because I'm excited to see all the people that talk shit about Donald Trump in the Republican Party go there and glue their lips directly to the ass of the 35% MAGA base. Don't worry. There's room on this ass for everybody. Can't wait to see you all there. But that's personal. Publicly, I can't wait is to show the world what I've been saying for so long. That despite the fact we live in New York, Long Island is MAGA country. Now, let's get to the details. Gates open at 3. The doors open to the event at 3. The rally is going to start at 7. This is for the Long Island crowd, so for the national audience, hang out for a second because this is important. You all need to know this. You need to get there as early as possible. If you're like, oh, I'm going to get there at 3 and get in, you're not, okay? The Nassau Coliseum only holds 17,000 people. There will be more than that there. There will not be enough parking. This is going to take over the totality of Nassau County. If I were you, I would get there 9, 10 in the morning, the latest. The absolute latest. Also, I'm going to be working with I'm going to be working with several different groups. I'm going to be working with several different groups. Voter registration drive at the event. Let's register voters. I want 1,000 in a day. I want 1,000 registered voters on that day. New registered Republicans. Giddy up. Let's go. I want Scott Pressler's head to explode when he sees how many voter registrations we got in one day. Deep blue New York. That's what I want. So let me explain this to you again in case I have been in any way unclear. You need to get there as early as possible. People are going to camp out the night before. If that is unclear in any way, then quite frankly, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Not everybody's going to get in. I've been trying to answer every message you guys have sent. It's tough. I put out a Facebook post and a tweet last night that if anybody had any questions, they could message me. My phone hasn't stopped ringing. Literally. It literally isn't stopping ringing the entire time. It's going to be, Mike, I just sent your stuff out yesterday. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay right there. Sorry for the delay on that. So that is next Wednesday, the 18th. Donald Trump rally, New York. Giddy up. Let's go. If you guys want any of the merch we have, make sure you pick it up today because it may not get to you in time by the rally. That's what I'm saying. If you want to pick up anything in person, we will have it in person Saturday, East Northport. Giddy up. Let's go. So let's get on to the big topic of the day that I wanted to talk about because, I was holding off on talking about this because nobody gives a shit about Taylor Swift. People don't. They just don't. But there was a story going around that really, really stuck in my craw, where the Harris campaign was claiming that since the Taylor Swift endorsement, almost 500,000 people registered to vote. Now, first off, that number is inaccurate. The official number of people who went to the Taylor Swift website, who went to registertovote.com or whatever the website link she put up was 334,000. So the 500,000 they were saying objectively false. Now, something I had never thought about, 334,000, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. Sharon's 2 steps ahead of me in the Facebook chat. Well, Patrick Bet-David of Valuetainment breaks this down in a way that I hadn't really thought about. Here is the business genius, the business guru, Patrick Bet-David.
But Taylor Swift, there's nobody comparable to her. Period. That can move the needle. Like Trump generally needs to find a Kim Kardashian type to basically endorse him.
Move the needle. Let me ask you a question. Can we just do some math? Rob, go to Instagram, go again and pull up the number. What moved the needle? Like we keep saying that. I get that, guys. Yeah. But go to number 284. Let's do the number, guys. This is maybe the one of the worst, like Taylor Swift endorsement on Instagram. This may be one of the worst conversion rates in the history of mankind. How many people went and registered?
338,000.
Let's do 338,000.
They didn't register.
Divided.
That was the traffic to the site. The
just
registrations were never disclosed.
So this is just traffic. It's not even an act. So how many of the 338 do you think voted?
Well, nobody's voted
registered.
Yet.
So 338 registered. Go to 338 divided by what? What was the number again, Rob? Was it 292?
284.
284 million. You know what that is? It's a conversion rate of 0.001%. You know what that is? If you offered conversion ratios like this, you'd be fired. That means no one gives a shit. They just went to the website and left. And maybe they, registered or did something. And you know what happens the next day? Everybody moves on. The Instagram post doesn't have wait 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Or 6 weeks from now, 8 weeks. This is just 7 weeks from now. This is just now. This is not as big as people think it is. And it's her audience. How many?
And it's her audience, which is something I hadn't really taken into account. I'm sure there's many 15-year-old girls out there who are really excited that Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, but of course they can't vote. 0.01% of click-through rate. For anybody in the industry, that's horrible. But how many of them actually registered to vote? And that's not directly from her link. That's just on the day. Nobody cares. Celebrity endorsements are useless. I mean, they're fun, I think, because we're going to talk about them in a second. We're going to talk about 2 people in general, 2 highly influential people in terms of media in our current day. One a little bit older, one with a lot more relevancy right now. Before we get to that, Mike Lindell.
You're still looking good.
I'm still feeling good. I've got all your MyPillow products. Mattress topper, bed sheets, MyPillows, towels, slippers, blankets, sleepwear, dog beds.
Whoa, Charles. Everyone now can get MyPillow products at huge discounts at MyPillow.com. That's right. Now's the time to go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our 3-in-1 sale. We're bringing you exciting new products, overstock specials, and closeout deals you won't find anywhere else. For example, when you buy one of our brand new MyPillow 2.0s, you get another one absolutely free. And with our overstock sale, you save 50% on our luxurious Giza Dream bed sheets. That's as low as $29.99 for the best sheets ever. And with our biggest closeout special, you get our all-season slippers for only $35. Or our sandals and slides for just $25. Quantities are limited, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Guys, head on over to MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD. That's MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD, for up to 80% off everything on the website. Support the people who support this show by going to MyPillow.com/loud and use promo code LOUD to get up to 80% off MyPillow.com. So, why am I talking about celebrities? Who cares, right? I'm going to tell you why. It is because of the cultural shift that is happening amongst the elite, the pretty people, the rich people, the famous people in this world. What do I mean by that? In 2008, celebrities were tripping over themselves. They were running people down in the streets to get out their endorsement of Barack Obama. They were doing everything they possibly could to get on the Obama radar. Then in 2016, well, we can't come out and support Trump. No. Hillary Clinton, I'm with her. Every celebrity put it on their Instagram, put it on their Twitter. 2020, we got to stop Trump. However, are you guys starting to notice that some people, some celebrities, are starting to back off a little bit? Now, why? Why are they doing this? Do I think that, do I believe that they suddenly are Trump supporters? No, I don't. I think that some of these celebrities who would normally come out and endorse the Democrat, first black woman president, rah, 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 let's go. I'm going to show you two examples in a moment of people who, when asked flat out to endorse Kamala Harris, gave the most worked around public relations answer you've ever heard in your entire life in order to not endorse Kamala Harris. Because I want to be clear about something. Adam Carolla from the Adam Carolla Show, the Man Show back in the 90s. You guys know Adam Carolla. He has a very famous line that if you don't know how a celebrity is voting, that means they're voting for Donald Trump. But they won't tell you. Why? Because in their world, there is no penalty for endorsing a Democrat. There may be a penalty for endorsing a Republican. So when Usher goes on The View and Joy Behar basically beats him over the head until he endorses Kamala Harris, he says stuff like this.
That in this emergency that we're in, I think that behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump, because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night. I obviously have been watching like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice. And I think that you're right. You have to look at the reality of the country that we are and the country that we want to be, and find the candidate that you feel both are who fits the category of where we want to be. And that's it. And that's what you vote based off of. Who you highlight and how you choose to highlight it on whatever platform you have is your prerogative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. That's really, you know.
That, I want to be clear, that is the greatest non-answer I have ever heard in my entire life. Now, Usher, okay, maybe he a little bit older, man, more millennial than Gen Z, maybe not so in the internet culture, but what if you were in an industry totally dominated by women, totally dominated by black women, totally dominated by lesbian black women, and you were a straight white girl. You could probably pick up a huge bump in your particular industry if you were to just come out and just endorse Kamala Harris when asked. But if you were, you wouldn't be Caitlin Clark.
You liked an Instagram post last night from Taylor Swift that got a lot of attention. And I'm just curious if you could tell us what that post meant to you and if you are, in fact, potentially going to endorse Kamala Harris. Thank you.
I think for myself is, I have this amazing platform, so I think the biggest thing would be just to encourage people to register to vote. I think for myself, it's the second time I can vote in an election. At age 22, I could vote when I was 18, so I think do that. That's the biggest thing I can do with the platform that I have, and that's the same thing Taylor did. And I think continue to educate yourself with the candidates that we have, the policies that they're supporting. I think that's the biggest thing you can do, and that's what I would recommend to every single person that has that opportunity in our country.
No, Scott.
Okay.
That's almost the exact same answer that Usher gave. She added the register to vote part. Now look, do I think that Caitlin Clark or Usher are going to be voting for Donald Trump? Probably not. Probably not. Let's be honest here. Do I think that they are suddenly going to, that Caitlin Clark is going to show up at a MAGA rally in Indiana one day? No. Do I think that Donald Trump is going to be walking out to Usher playing Let It Burn live? No. But the fact that they in their industries feel that endorsing Kamala Harris could be a burden, a disadvantage, a problem, shows you we are winning. We're winning. I mean, let's go back to Obama. You think that if we were in 2008, Usher, Caitlin Clark would have said those sentences in their particular industry, in their field, or would they have just come out and endorsed Barack Obama? 2012, you think they would have hedged their bets against Barack Obama and Mitt Romney? No. 2016, you don't think Caitlin Clark comes out and endorses Hillary Clinton? Are we going to get them all? No. We're not. But the fact that these people have to give answers that probably cost them $100,000 from some consulting firm shows you that the American people are shifting. And Sunday's going to prove it. How do Kansas City Chiefs fans react to Travis Kelce after the Taylor Swift endorsement? That's a question I have. And then we'll see. Then we'll see where culture truly resides. Because I see a shift. I see a paradigm shift like I've never seen before. In just those two examples. More celebrities endorsing Republicans. Rappers that I've never heard of. Look, I want to be very clear. There was a rapper that came out like 2 weeks ago, went on stage with Donald Trump, teardrop tattoo. I have no idea who this person is. If he was in the room with me, I don't think I'd know it. But people would. Why? Because being Republican, being a conservative, supporting Donald Trump is now the counterculture. And people want to be a part of that counterculture. And that's why we are seeing for the first time in decades, in generations, young people are trending more Republican than ever before. Ever before. Do you want to hang out with AOC? No. Do you want to hear from one of your teachers that maybe you're transgender if you're having a rough day? No. Do you want to just be a boy if you're a boy and not be told that there's something wrong with your masculinity? Do you think it's okay to be a woman and hot at the same time without someone breaking your balls about it? Basic stuff. Basic things. We are winning. And we have got to keep pushing. We have got to keep pushing. What are we at? 53 days? 53 days till Election Day, something like that? If you haven't gotten involved yet, my question to you is, what are you waiting for? You gonna wait for 40 days? What is it? Kathy Smith, remember the Bronx rally? I was so impressed with how many 18 to 25-year-olds there were supporting Donald Trump. Absolutely. I was there as well. Shout out to Kathy. It was unbelievable. And you watch how many young people are online at that Trump rally in Nassau County. I'm jacked. I'm super excited. Let's keep rocking and rolling here, guys. Before we keep going, guys, look, you guys didn't vote for this recession or the inflation, but you sure as heck are dealing with the bills at the grocery store and at the gas pump. I know that financial stress is absolutely crushing you. Absolutely crushing you. Guys, go to donewithdebt.com. Donewithdebt.com has created aggressive strategies designed to help you get out of debt permanently by negotiating with your creditors, lowering your interest rates, and stopping the crazy penalties. They have plans to put money back in your pocket month one and every month until the debt is gone. But you need to hurry, guys. Some of these strategies are time sensitive, and you don't want to miss out. Guys, let donewithdebt.com help you make your money work for you. But again, things are time sensitive. You need to go to donewithdebt.com or call 888-322-1054. That's 1-888-322-1054. Shout out to everybody in the chat today. Numbers are big, looking big, getting big, staying big. I like it, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Share the video out all over the place. Really, Dana? Apparently we are getting word from Long Island moms that kids on Long Island plan on cutting school on the 18th in order to go to the Trump rally. Yes. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just kidding. Don't cut school. That's not good. Don't do that. That idea is not endorsed by Kevin Smith, which I'm sure everyone in my family knows is absolutely hilarious since I did it all the time. All the time. Let's keep on rocking and rolling here, guys. We got about, 13 minutes left, guys. Before we keep going, because we're going to laugh at the end of the show at stupid-ass Joe Biden. Before we do,
you're still looking good.
I'm still feeling good. You know, I've got all your MyPillow products. Mattress topper, bed sheets, MyPillows, towels, slippers, blankets, sleepwear, dog bed.
Whoa, Charles. Everyone now can get MyPillow products at huge discounts at MyPillow.com. That's right. Now's the time to go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our 3-in-1 sale. We're bringing you exciting new products, overstock specials, and closeout deals you won't find anywhere else. For example, when you buy one of our brand new MyPillow 2.0s, you get another one absolutely free. And with our overstock sale, you save 50% on our luxurious Giza Dream bed sheets. That's as low as $29.99 for the best sheets ever. And with our biggest closeout special, you get our all-season slippers for only $35. Or our sandals and slides for just $25. Quantities are limited, and once they're gone, they're gone.
once again, guys, head on over to MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD. That's MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD, for up to 80% off everything on the website. That's MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD. So, yesterday, obviously was 9/11. We talked about 9/11 yesterday. You guys know every time I talk about 9/11, I obviously get emotional. For every New Yorker watching this, you know exactly. I'm not saying that it didn't affect the rest of the nation in a certain way. However, being a New Yorker, it's just different. It's just different. It just is. It just is. Well, the Secret Service yesterday, those witless wonders over there at the Secret Service, decided they wanted to honor all of the people who died on 9/11. And by doing so, I cannot believe I'm even going to say this out loud. I'm just going to read you this. On Wednesday, the United States Secret Service, accidentally honored the 19 hijackers who committed the 9/11 terrorist attack in a now-deleted X post. The post was made in honor of the 23rd anniversary of the tragedy, included the terrorists in the victim count. It said, the flag hanging in our headquarters is a solemn reminder of 9/11 and our mission and purpose, a testament to the freedom and sacrifice. It honors all of the 2,996 lives lost, including our own master, Sergeant Craig T. Miller, Special Agent in Charge, Charles L. Friend. The agency wrote, the number of victims killed on September 11th terrorist attacks was tallied at 2,977. The only way you can get to 2,996 is if you include the 19 hijackers. Are you shitting me? Can anybody over there get anything right? So you're the Secret Service, okay? You can't protect the President of the United States, obviously. You can't even send out a damn tweet. Can you guys get your coffee orders right? Can you balance your payroll, which would make you a hell... I had to stop myself from saying something there I shouldn't have said. Wow. So the Secret Service honored the hijackers. Of course, this comes after the Biden administration backtracked on a controversial plea deal behind the 9/11, a plea deal for the terrorists behind 9/11 who were being held awaiting trial in Guantanamo Bay following public outcry. Can anyone do anything right over there? Any of them? So much so that fumbling, bumbling, mumbling, stumbling Joe Biden, I'm sure you all saw this. This idiot had one of the biggest campaign flubs of all time.
Trump hat, I'll give you my presidential hat. Presidential seal on it. You want to autograph it? Oh, sure, I'll autograph it. Huh? Yeah. You remember your name? I don't remember my name. I'm slow. You're an old part. You're an old part. Yeah, I know, man. I'm an old guy. And you're an old part, right? I know you would know about that. What? About being old. Oh, I know. All right. I'm a young timer. He reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood. Well, I'm the only one. There you go, man. I need that hat. You want my autograph? Hell no. You know my name. Come on. I ain't going that far. Yeah. You said you would do a selfie. There you go. Just remember, no eating dogs and cats. Hey, they're good. Thank you. They're good. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I hope you like the pizza. You guys picked the place to get. I don't know where it's Chinese.
Of course, that moment led to what can only be described as the greatest photograph ever taken of Donald Trump on his plane looking at Joe Biden wearing a Trump 24 hat with a look on his face, somehow asking himself, could this man be any more stupid? You want to talk about epic presidential photos? This is, you know what? I'm getting this one framed. Because sometimes things happen that are just too unreal, even for me to believe. That was one of them. That was absolutely one of them. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. Share this video out all over the place. Big number, big number, big number. I'm liking it. Want to thank everybody so much for tuning in today. We had huge numbers today. Oh yes, that would be great. Make that into a billboard for America. If I lived in a place that had billboards, I would put that on it. 1,000,000%. If you live along like the Pennsylvania Turnpike or 66, find out how much it costs to put that billboard up there, and we'll see what we can do. We don't have billboards on Long Island. We just have traffic. So, we're not allowed to have billboards because people feel the need to spray paint everything under the sun. Remy, hi, I'm new here. Well, welcome to the LFA family. Everybody say hello. Anybody else new in the chat today? You guys know I always like seeing all the new people. Actually, a lot of people watching on X, a lot of people watching on Facebook. I'm liking it a lot. I'm liking it a lot. Kathy, I'm going to drop it on Facebook right after this. Kate, 287's not New York. That's upstate New York. That doesn't count. That absolutely doesn't count. Guys, I got one more story I want to get to about the warmongers and how they need to go. How they absolutely need to go. Before we get to that, once again, guys, head on over to loudmajorityusa.com. That's loudmajorityusa.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Check out our shop. That is the best way to support this program and everything we've got going on over here. I know a lot of you have been asking for Trump lawn signs. I am unable to get them from the campaign at the moment. If you guys would like, we have decided to make them with a portion of the proceeds going towards the Trump campaign. We also made these really cool, somebody much smarter than me made little doggy blankets for your dogs. But you can pick up your Trump lawn signs in white or blue over at loudmajorityusa.com. That's loudmajorityusa.com. Guys, check out all the good stuff over here. Pick up your Trump Vance flags. Get them giddy up. Let's go. Get your hillbilly, where is it? The hillbilly and the outlaw t-shirt. Grab them today, guys. Go to loudmajorityusa.com. John Rampage will see us on Saturday. Who else are we seeing on Saturday? That's what I'm talking. Oh, and by the way, some people are going to get one of those polos very, very soon. I know I've been promising that for quite some time, but I just ordered them. So, guys, head on over to loudmajorityusa.com. Consider becoming a monthly donor to the Loud Majority. We can't do it without your help. So, Victoria Nuland, the ugliest person who has ever lived, is the anti-Russian warmonger and recent Biden-Harris official, has now come out and admitted that Ukraine and Russia were approaching a peace deal 2 years ago. But the United States blocked the deal because it was unfair to Ukraine. Now, a couple of things about this before we wrap up today. Do you think it was unfair for all the Ukrainians who are now dead who didn't have to be? Also, and I really mean this on a serious level, if a war between Russia and Ukraine has a peace agreement between Russia and Ukraine, why is America stopping it? Victoria Nuland, the ugliest person alive, was questioned about the claims first by reporter Raheem Kassam, good friend of the show, suggesting that the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson had encouraged Vladimir Zelensky to reject the potential peace deal in Moscow. This was later confirmed by Vladimir Putin in his interview with Tucker Carlson earlier this year. Victoria Nuland, the ugliest person alive, explained that the foreign leaders involved in the negotiations believed the parties were close to reaching an agreement. However, the terms of the proposed deal, especially those regarding military constraints on Ukraine but not on Russia, were an issue for Western powers. So this whole thing could be over. But a woman who looks like she spent her entire life sucking on a lemon decided, we didn't really need that. We didn't really need that. She looks like, you guys remember those Foster beer commercials from back in the 90s? With the bitter beer face? That's what this woman looks like. She looks like she's been drinking bitter Foster's beer. Just saying. Just saying. Guys, we're going to wrap up today. Once again, if anybody on Long Island has any questions about the Trump rally on Wednesday, please do shoot me a message. If you want anything for the rally, make sure you get it today before, that way we can ship it out in time. Yeah, guys, I'm excited. Saturday, 12 o'clock, East Northport. Giddy up. Let's go. Guys, Ryan Mott is coming up next. Until tomorrow, everybody, stay loud.